Unsurprisingly, the next big question I get from my professional training students is, how do I actually get clients in the first place? Now, the truth is there's lots of different ways to skin a cat here. This is definitely a different strokes for different folks type of situation. But if you're completely new to business building, completely new to entrepreneurship, I want to break a few things down for you that every successful entrepreneur on the planet is doing in one way or another. So pretty much every business can be broken down into three core parts. If you have successful strategies in place for each of these three things and your services are priced correctly, you're by definition going to have a healthy, cash flow positive business. So number one is, how do you get introduced to brand new people who have never laid eyes on you before, who have never heard your name before? Basically, what's the very first point of contact, and what's your strategy for initiating that very first point of contact? This is where things like social media can be really helpful, because on social media, new people can discover you in sort of the discover tabs of different platforms. People can tag you. You can get introduced through referrals on social media. Hashtags can get you introduced to new people. So there's all sorts of ways that people who had never heard of you before can all of a sudden get in front of you when they may not otherwise have. Social media is definitely not the only way to do this. I just want to kind of give you an example of what I mean of first point of contact. Number two, how do you build a relationship with a potential client after you've gotten that first introduction or first point of contact? Most people don't buy coaching services the very first time they meet someone. You actually have to build trust with potential clients before they're probably going to invest in something like coaching services with you. So building a relationship with a potential client can be done in all sorts of ways. I'm a big fan of email. As many of you know, if you're watching this, there's a good chance you're on my email list or have gotten my emails in the past. Emails is where I really share what I do, talk about my services, share my point of view about food and body, so that somebody can really get to know me basically before they make an investment in any of my coaching programs. Lastly, you have to be able to have powerful enrollment conversations with those folks who have been following you or who are actively interested in your services. They usually want to get on the phone and actually talk about what a coaching relationship might look like before making a big investment and working with you for, any extended period of time. It is valuable for both parties. You want to make sure that they're a good fit for you, and they want to make sure that you're a good fit for them. So being able to have conversations about how coaching programs might look like, really being able to get to know what this person is working through, be honest about whether or not you can serve them. These are very critical conversations to be able to have in the coaching industry. And there are, again, effective ways to have these conversations and less effective ways to have these conversations. Okay, so just to summarize, the three things you want to be thinking about if you're starting a coaching practice or thinking about starting a coaching practice are, number one, how do I actually get in front of completely brand new eyeballs? How do I establish that very first point of contact? What's my strategy for getting very initial introductions to possible new clients? Number two, how do I develop a relationship ongoing with those potential clients? How do I build trust, build the relationship with those people that I'm being introduced to? And number three, how do I powerfully talk about my services with those folks over the phone or in person or over Zoom? Gives them a clear sense of whether or not my program is right for them. If you've got successful strategies down that work for you in each of these three areas, you're going to be in really good shape building a private coaching practice. And again, if you want sort of more granular ideas and sort of strategies in each of these three buckets, make sure to check out my professional training program, sign up for the wait list for the Center for Weight Neutral Coaching in my bio.